Alright guys, so we are talking about what we want to see in a possible Fantastic Four Heroclix set. We have a set finally after all this time of waiting and hoping and praying that we're finally getting a Fantastic Four Heroclix set. I believe it's out in July. It's going to be after US Nationals. Really looking forward to it. We haven't had one in so long. It was supposed to be because Fantastic Four was one of the properties owned by Fox. Marvel did not want to give out what they felt was free advertising, so they kind of didn't give out too many Fantastic Four licenses or the green light for it. But finally, Disney was able to acquire them, and it looks like it's paying dividends for us in particular with this Fantastic Four set. So we haven't had anything spoiled for us outside of a couple of the Fast Forces figures, and I'm working on trying to get some of that stuff to show you guys, because there's going to be a Fast Forces set that drops. Should be in February. But we're going to be talking about what we want to see in a main set. But before we get into that, I want to mention channel sponsors. Lucky Dice Cafe out of Huntsville, Alabama, home of the ROC. No matter if you're in the United States or around the world, Lucky Dice Cafe has the winning role for our gaming needs. You can visit them at luckydicecafe.com or on their Facebook page using the link found in the description of this video. Mr. Clicksflix is also brought to you by trollandtoad.com, one of the largest online gaming retailers. Please use promo code MrClicksFlix for 5% off your Heroclix order today. Alright guys, so we are looking for a bunch of things. I'm going to say when we're talking about this, there's going to be probably too many things for one set, if I'm going to be honest. Like, I started writing stuff down and I was like, that seems like a lot of stuff. But this is, kind of pie in the sky things. So before I get going, I want you guys to, in the comments below, before I even say anything, because I don't want to taint it, one, if you're excited for a Fantastic Four set, and two, what you would want to see as like one of the sub themes. So I have a bunch listed here, but I want to hear one from you guys. So some of these are going to be pretty obvious, some of these are going to be less obvious, but I'm a big Fantastic Four fan. I was a pretty big fan growing up of the Fantastic Four, and then the Hickman run of Fantastic Four and the Future Foundation just solidified them as one of my all-time favorite superhero groups. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I have some notes, so that's why if you see me glancing down, I'm just trying to make sure I don't want to miss anything. So first things first, obviously we're going to have the Fantastic Four, and we're going to have at least we want two different groups of Fantastic Four. We want the the regular ones, Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman, Johnny, and the Thing. We want those preferably either split dials or two versions of each of them, so that I can have basically a 100-point Haas version, which, I mean, we've seen in the previews for this latest Heroclix set. It looks like 100 points gets you a lot nowadays, so these should be like apex versions of them, or like a 75-point kind of toned down version, because I would like to run all four on a 300-point team. Maybe even some 50-point versions, so I could include some extra tech. But anyway, so there's that, and then I also want like the second version of them. There's the Wolverine, Spider-Man, Joe Fixit, and Ghost Rider version. I could definitely dig on those again. That would be a cool set to get. There's another version where like Iron Man's in the Fantastic Four, so like 2 to 3 versions of the Fantastic Four would be cool. They're not all necessarily being the what you think of when you think Fantastic Four. Another group is one of my all-time favorites again, and one that is deeply tied to Fantastic Four, which is Inhumans. We got some really good ones lately, like some really good ones in Black Panther and the Illuminati. We got a couple decent ones in Earth X. I'd like to see like some more supporty ones, even if you just give them a generic Inhuman name, like something with maybe 2 or 3 different start lines on it, because Inhumans is good, but could really use like a little bit of help there to get over the top. And I'd like to see like the reemergence of like Alpha Primitives. I was a big fan of, I believe it was Guardians of the Galaxy version of Maximus the Mad, where he could bring out the Alpha Primitives. I'd really like a kind of basically an updated version of that figure with Alpha Primitives. So that's really cool there. I definitely need to see me some Inhumans. That would be pretty cool too. Next thing I have is Illuminati. we've had a Black Panther Illuminati set. Founding member Reed Richards nowhere to be found. So I'd like to see. We don't necessarily need everybody from the Illuminati again. I feel like we've gotten a lot of them, but I'd like to see at least a good version of Professor X and a solid version of Reed Richards for Illuminati. Do I want to see Reed Richards with a bearer of blank stone? Maybe. I don't know. I feel like it could be justified. What else? Oh, we missed Beast when he was on the Illuminati, so I'd like to see a version of Beast with the Illuminati on it, and a bearer of a particular gem. I think that would be really cool. So that's it. Like, I don't want the entire Illuminati team because I feel like we've done a lot, but I'd like a lot of the ones that we've missed. Next one is Future Foundation. I love this version. This would be give them an excuse for a second repainted version of Spider-Man that's a little different. It'd give you a second version of without spoilers, although it's pretty old at this point, so if it's getting spoiled for you, it's your fault. But Sue, Reed, and Thing in their different uniforms, I think that'd be cool. And then also I'd really like some of the kids that were in the Future Foundation. I think that would be cool. It would give them an excuse. Some of the I think 3 of the kids in the Future Foundation were actually Moloids, or it might have been 2. So that would give you an excuse for a repaint of a Moloid so that you could include a regular Moloid in the set. And also Alex Powers from the Power Pack was one of the Future Foundation kids. So that would be cool to include him in there, which would also tie us into another subset that I'd like, which would be, in fact, Power Pack. There's been Franklin Richards has been on the Power Pack, I believe. I think Valeria Richards might have been, but I'm not sure. But and then like I said, Alex Powers has ties to the Future Foundation, so it'd be like an easy he's on this team and this team. So that'd be cool there. Then in the Future Foundation run, there's also other people that ran the Future Foundation afterwards that have also been long-standing Fantastic Four members. There was a run. It was Medusa, Scott Lang, Ant-Man, and what's her name? She-Hulk were running the Future Foundation, and Miss Thing. They were all part of the Future Foundation. They were running it while the regular Fantastic Four were away. I'd kind of like to see them be an alternate faculty, kind of. Now that I say faculty, I didn't even think about it before this video, but I mean, that would kind of give a low-key excuse to have some new ID cards. Faculty student ID cards. It seemed to work out pretty good for X-Men. I think it could work out cool for Fantastic Four. That'd be a nice big, sorry we missed you for so long. Here's a definite uptick in power. Then, next thing I'd like to see is Council of Doom. Reed Richards assembled some of his most powerful foes, like Mad Thinker, Doctor Doom. Why am I drawing a blank on this? But anyway, there was a bunch of scientists that were there, and they were there to counteract different Reed Richards. So I'd like to see some of the members of Council of Doom. They're sort of like members of just their generic rogues gallery too. So I don't necessarily if they just did some of the regular rogues gallery and gave them Council of Doom keyword. That'd be cool. Then the next thing I want to see is for some cosmic side people, definitely Heralds of Galactus. I want at least 4 of them. We haven't had a Frankie Ray in a long time, so I'd like to see her. I definitely need a new Norrin Rad. And then probably 1 or 2 other ones I'd like to see. How about a Ghost Rider Herald of Galactus? That'd be cool. We haven't had one of those yet, and you could just justify that in a set. Then we have just regular Rogues Gallery, Mole Man with Moloids, kind of alluded to that already with the Future Foundation people. Kang the Conqueror. I'd like to see some other people. There's supposed to be a Galactus event, so that's why I'm kind of hesitant to say Galactus. I think they've fought Fin Fang Foom before, obviously Annihilus, stuff like that I think would be really cool. Then we have the Frightful Four, kind of like the Bizarro World Fantastic Four. So I think that would be really interesting to have. And then last is I just have a set of chases idea. So if you guys, before you hear this part, pause the video, and I want you to, in the comments below, put what you would like to see for the chase set for a Fantastic Four set. That stuff's always pretty cool. But what I have, so now that you're paused it and hopefully you're playing again, what I have is a Council of Reeds chase set. I just thought that was the coolest thing ever when they were like, oh, there's a multiverse of Reed Richards that all think they're the smartest guys. And I think it'd be cool to pick like 6 or 7 of them and then just do a pack like that. I think you could do some definitely really cool equipment in this set if you felt like you wanted to, you know, like ultimate nullifier type things, cosmic control rod, if you did a nihilist. You could even do Kang's chair. Frightful Four has a few people that use equipment that you could use. You know, Scott Lang, you could do like the Pym particles again if you wanted to. So there's a bunch of different things you could use for equipment that would be cool. Not necessary for this set, but I think it would definitely. To me, if you're bringing back a property you haven't used in years, you should try to, you know, really give them like a punch up and be like, here's, you know, we know you wanted this. Here's this, and it's going to be super good. And there's these other game elements that you can use with it. So I think that'd be really cool. Something I'd like to see, but I didn't mention as a specific figure, is we have not had a Herbie ever in an actual miniature form. The only thing we've had is the Pog. I'd like a Herbie. Would he be super good? No, but he'd kind of be like a helper droid, like he is in the cartoon. So you know, maybe has some support, probability control, something like that. Not really a great figure, but a usable figure, or like, you know, a conditional thing, like, you know, if he's within 3 squares of Reed Richards, he can use, I don't know, Perplex with a range of 3, but only on characters with Fantastic Four team ability. Something like that would be cool. So you guys let me know in the comments below how you feel about what I have for the sub-themes in this set. Always find that stuff interesting. Can't wait to read what you guys have for what you want of sub-themes and chase sets. That's all I have for you guys today. As always, please remember, flame on.